How to get rid of hunger cravings. So, firstly, having protein with as many meals in the day as possible. Ideally, every single time you have something to eat would include some amount of protein. Obviously, that's not always going to be applicable. So, we want protein in every single meal or every single time you eat, ideally, to make sure that the blood sugars stay nice and stable instead of eating, for example, no protein, high carb. So, for example, say just a Mars bar, we would spike the blood sugar very sharply, and then equally sharply it would come back down again, and then you would experience a dip in energy. So adding protein into the mix means that your stomach has something to digest over a longer period of time, which means that you then stabilize the blood sugars. Don't go too long without eating. So if you go long periods without eating and then you find that you have passed the stage of hunger, you're now absolutely ravenous, then obviously you're then going to crave high calorie, low density food, so packets of crisps, sweets, nuts, stuff like that, stuff that you're going to get lots of calories in at once, and then you're probably going to over consuming them as well. So to curb the cravings or to stop them altogether, you plan your meals or you plan your food out in segments throughout your day so that you're never going for example, any more than 2 to 3 hours without eating. Avoid spiking your blood sugars with the wrong types of foods. So that's obviously staying away from sugary stuff, processed stuff. You're ideally, again, looking to put protein into the mix, but you're looking to make good, healthy choices and have good carbs instead of not so good carbs. So that would be making healthier decisions, not having processed stuff all the time, having one ingredient foods as much as you can. So, for example, a good protein based meal, for example, chicken and then a carb and then lots of veg, instead of having a packet of crisps, a sandwich, and then maybe a bottle of fresh orange with that as well. So what you'd be doing in the second example is you'd be taking the blood sugars quite high, and then again they'd be crashing quite soon after that, because the carbs that you took, the fresh orange is a fast acting, easy digestible carb. The sandwich was potentially white bread. If it wasn't, if it was even brown bread, that would be better as well. But there wouldn't be a lot of protein in there. So again, in terms of keeping you fuller for longer, it wouldn't keep you as full for as long if we chose a better meal with a bigger portion of food. Plan your meals in advance with foods that you love. Plan your meals in advance with the foods that you love. So to avoid you craving anything that shouldn't be on plan, make sure that you factor in stuff that you want along the way so that you never feel like you're depriving yourself of anything.